All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My name is Thor, and this is It's All Fish and Chips, the podcast. This is, hold on, I have to look because I forgot the number. I think it's 74, but 74. Episode 74 of the podcast. I did not have that in front of me. So welcome to it. Almost 75, Bubby. That's 3/4 of 100. That's a lot of podcasts we're doing. I actually got a thing about that coming up here in a minute.
That's why I feel old.
That's what?
That's why I feel old.
Oh, because of the podcast?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what did it to you.
74.
74 years old. Oh, you kids get off my lawn. But welcome to the podcast, everyone. As always, to my left, not wearing any Chiefs paraphernalia whatsoever, we got Bubby.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the news. So far this is just going to be a me and Bubby episode. Amanda may call in. We'll see. She's a busy lady. You know, Bubby, we don't like to talk about where we work.
No.
But I'm going to spill the beans about where Amanda works. Yep.
No,
you heard it here first.
No, you wouldn't.
As this holiday season approaches very swiftly, this is that we are only a few days away from Christmas. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Amanda, not a lot of people know this, but Amanda works for the big man up north. So
this is their Super Bowl right now.
This is their Super Bowl, and she is busy. So Santa Claus, of course.
Old Saint Nick.
And he's looking out for all them good boys and girls. He's going to give them presents, right? Then you got Krampus. Okay, you know who Krampus is?
Yes.
Krampus, he takes care of all the bad boys and girls, okay? He's going to beat them with a birch switch. Not a whole tree. Just uproots a tree and just starts swinging.
Jeez.
Smacks him on the bottom with a birch branch. I believe that is correct. So that's Krampus. And then you got Amanda. Okay. And she is the third of this trifecta. And so sometimes there's kids who are not good and they're not naughty. They're in the middle. And that's where Amanda comes in. And she just kind of looks at him and goes,
I'm so disappointed in you.
You're so disappointing. And that's what she does. And that's really the most painful of the three. I'll be honest with you. But
right. Because we just all want to be.
Yeah. But she's disappointed because you can't pick whether you're good or you're bad. And, that's where Amanda comes in to let you know, pick a side, kids. And from what I can tell with my many years of interactions with Amanda, Bubby and I are both on that list because we've gotten that face multiple times. Lots of times. So, no, Amanda's busy with work. We hope everything's going great. This is her Super Bowl season, just like Bubby said. So she's a busy lady. But we got stuff to talk about. We ain't scared. We're going to do this podcast, just the two of us. The true odd couple, just like the last episode said, the true odd couple. I wanted to name the episode Two Bears and a Boy, but then a lot of the wrong people are going to be listening to that episode. So we did not name it that.
No.
Bubby, first of all, weather and traffic on the 8s. It has gotten cold out there, kids.
Pulled out my Carhartt.
Yeah, it was. It only got to be like 31, 32 degrees today.
Yeah, it was. Well, it got right above freezing.
Okay.
Where I was. And because I was doing a little shopping.
I got this morning, got ready for work, went to put on my coat, and then realized it was in my office at work.
Oh, no.
And so I had to bust out a backup coat to take it with me to work.
Everybody's got to have a backup coat.
You got to have a backup. You can't just have one coat.
No.
You can't live your life with a coat.
No.
What happens? You get a hole in the coat, get paint on the coat or something? You can't go somewhere.
You wouldn't have one pair of shoes.
Nope.
One.
I only got like
one belt.
I only have one belt.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I
have a spare.
I do not have a spare belt. So when this one
You need a
goes,
spare belt.
I got to get a piece of rope and just tie it around hillbilly style.
The hillbillies,
You're right.
Yeah. Clamp it,
Jid Clampett style. I got me the Clampett official Clampett. This comes straight from the TV show. I got the, that's merchandising. I got this rope belt. No, but I only have the one belt. I only got like 3 pairs of shoes total in my world. I got a pair of boots and like 2 pairs of Hey Dudes, and that's about it. That's all I live my life with. I might have some dress shoes somewhere, but I'd have to find them because I ain't dressed up for that in a long time.
I have more than you would think.
Okay, I'm interested.
I have a pair of Nikes, pair of Reebok, 2 different mountain boots.
You got New Balance, the official dad shoe.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, I do, but I use those as my lawn mowing shoes.
I see.
Because they're the
That's like some of the most dad shit you can do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have shoes to mow the yards in. You okay?
Yeah, that brings me to right there is one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Mowing the yard?
Nope. I'm updating my New Year's resolution. We talked about New Year's resolutions last week.
Right.
I'm updating mine this week. I gotta get my mouth under control, Bubby. I gotta get the curse words to stay on the inside and not the outside.
Okay.
Okay. I had a couple incidences here, and I'm like, I gotta clean up my language. I think so. This New Year's, that's what I'm going to be working on.
Do we need a jar for you to put quarters?
No, I'm just going to add it to the drinking game. I'm just going to add it to the drinking game. Get people real drunk.
Every time Thor says a curse word,
drink. And I'm going to try hard not to do it though. I'm going to try to keep you people sober for the 2025s.
I do a good enough job for the two of us keeping them drinking.
Drinking. Yeah. So I'm going to work. This is what I'm going to work on here for my New Year's. I'm going to try to cut down. I can't say it's 100% going to get eliminated.
Were you about to say a curse word? Is that why you?
No, I said it.
This? Oh,
I said the S word.
Oh, okay.
The S word. I said the curse, and then I realized, and I'd already determined this was what I was going to do, and then I haven't even got to the new year yet, and I'm already jacking it up. So, but that's I'm updating from just wearing my glasses, which I'm not doing.
Yeah, mine.
These are my readers. They're not my real glasses.
I wore mine today.
I got to wear my readers to look at my list and all that stuff. But so I'm updated my New Year's resolution. I'm having the people on the podcast hold me accountable. So here we go, kids. It's going to be a bumpy 2025. But, you got to strive towards self-improvement, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect, but I'm going to try to do better. That is my goal here for the new year.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. We're all going to need it. So I've got a big thing here, but we'll kind of knock some of the little things off the list, and then we'll hop to the big thing. I got a bunch of pictures, and I got a couple things. So New Year's resolution change was on my list there. You got anything you wanna get to today? You don't have anything on the list, so that's what I'm asking.
I went shopping and bought some stuff for Parker.
Okay, Christmas is back on, kids.
Yeah.
Grinch Bubby has decided that Christmas is back on.
Well, the brat, he's just consistent.
Oh, I thought for a hot second, I thought you were getting him brat dolls.
No.
Okay. The brat.
That's
what we're calling him now. That's your name, boy.
Because he acts like a brat a lot. So,
the brat.
He's like, I always have Christmas presents. You have to buy me Christmas presents.
It's a law.
I'm like, I don't have to.
I don't got to do nothing.
You get to have Christmas. Not that you have to. I'll take this tree down right now.
Right.
And he's like, Father.
Oh, not Dadar?
No, he's been calling me Father. Remember we talked about that?
Oh, yeah.
Because he calls his mom Matar.
Matar. And you're no longer
Or Mater or something like that.
And you're no longer Dadar. You are Father.
Father, yeah.
Father. It's like one of those creepy,
I wish you'd say it like that.
Like
It's
one of
not
those
like
creepy, British ghosts. You see those the little kids. Father, Father, where are you, Father? Are you my mommy? No. I got a cough, but I'm not sick. It's so dry that.
So I went to a place today. I'm going to tell you about this.
Okay. During your shopping expedition?
Yep. So I've never been there. It's called Discount City. You ever been
Discount City, Spatula City. No, I have not. Where's Discount? Oh, is it?
Glenstone?
Nope, not where I was thinking.
Sunshine, kind of.
Okay. Well, just discounted items, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect. My first time in there. And you guys buy a lot of Amazon. Do you ever send stuff back?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Okay. So there used to be a place right here by the house called like the Bin Store. Mm-hmm. And okay, you tell yours and I'll get to mine.
This is a lot like that. So yeah, it's just full of Amazon boxes on table.
Okay.
I don't even know what to call them. Bins. They're kind of like bins, I guess.
Right.
Big bins, and there's just boxes and boxes. And
now, can you open the boxes?
You can unless it's on a pallet and there's a sign that says "Do not open."
Then you got to buy the whole pallet.
They have pallets of just closed Amazon boxes. You don't know what's in them. I think you have to buy them, not knowing what's in it. and take it out.
How much is that pallet, Bubby?
I don't know. I didn't see a price, but I saw some people getting some and taking them by the cartful.
Holy.
I'm like, why would you?
It's fun.
Not knowing what's in it.
Well, it could be a boat. It could be coat hangers.
Keys to a boat.
Could be keys to the boat. Could be coat hangers. Could be $1 million. Could be giant diamond in there. Hope Diamond is just in one of them boxes, Bubby. This is the America dream right here. Just buy a thing and hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was there's a lot of boxes and things aren't in boxes, and you got to find the box that it was originally in. And
let me ask you a question. I got a question here, Bubby.
I pretty much walked away.
Is this where you bought Parker's Christmas presents?
I did not buy anything.
Okay.
No.
You're just like, hey, I'll check this place out.
I did. I just wanted to see what it was like. It's like, maybe there's something in here that I want to buy him. And I looked and I was like, no.
No, I don't think that's for you.
Not even.
That's not the kind of store for you.
No,
I don't think.
It wasn't.
So they had the bin place here that wasn't too far from my house, down there by Bass Pro. It was down there. And this place was crazy, okay? So, like, Tuesday morning, the new stuff comes in, okay? And all the stuff in this bin costs, like, one bin will cost $10 on Tuesday, okay? Right. That's the most it's going to be, $10 or whatever it is, $59, $20, whatever it is. And they got a bunch of bins. And people come in and just dig through the bins, dig, looking for all the stuff. And then each day of the week, the price goes down. So it gets cheaper. But the good stuff is getting picked off. So you got to decide, am I going to go in on the Tuesday and get, the nice stuff, but it's going to cost me more? Or do I wait a couple days and it's going to be cheaper?
It's $10.
Yeah. Right? Well, there's some that were like 20, 30, 40, whatever it was.
Okay.
But it wasn't expensive, but it was, again, Amazon or like all returns. Mm-hmm. And so Tuesdays, man, that place was a madhouse. People just fighting over stuff in there. You go there on like a Monday. First of all, just 100% pick clean. Everything's a nickel. And they're just trying to get rid of it because I think they just like recycle it after that. They just like throw it all away after that. And then the new stuff comes in and they start the whole process all over again.
Well, they had a fenced in area and there were pallets like still wrapped in plastic, but you could see the boxes and they had, they looked like Target symbols.
Uh-huh.
And it said,
could be returns from Target.
It said, it said something like overruns or I don't know what. Something like
and that people were like, hey, give us some of that good stuff in the back. And they're like, nope, not time yet.
Not time, nope.
So, all right. So you didn't buy his Christmas present.
Buy anything.
At the discount diorama.
That was a very interesting.
You learned that.
And clientele as well.
Yeah. You're not going back, I'm assuming.
Don't plan on it. Well.
Well,
I mean, you mentioned it, but there was a pallet full of these plastic panels that would be great for a set piece on my stage at church. So I'm thinking about going back and getting, because they were like 12 in a box, and the box was $15. So that's not bad.
There you go.
I mean, I could spray paint them any color I want.
Get your peacock out.
So, yeah, right.
And all right, well, there you go.
I might.
Okay.
I might go get that.
Any other shopping adventures out there?
Just normal stuff. Yeah. I still got a little bit to do. I didn't.
Okay. Barker, if you're out there listening, this episode will drop Christmas Eve. So you better be good.
He won't have opened them yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. You better be good, or Bubby's going to go back to that discount shop and get you something from the discount shop. He might just get you a pallet of who knows what. All ladies' makeup that it turns out to be.
It's going to be a box of chips, and you're not going to know what's in it because you can't open the box.
Right? So this will be fun for everybody. All right. Well, that's exciting. Got shopping done, though, finally, last minute, right under the wire.
Yeah.
But
that's me.
But you got her done.
I'm not done, but yeah.
Holy hell, Bubby. I
got tomorrow.
It is Saturday. It is 4 days from Christmas.
Parker literally said, you got till Tuesday.
Technically, not much is going to be open, but I guess stuff will be open on Tuesday. So let's not. Bobby's going to be at the freaking gas station. At the freaking Conoco down the street. Just
buy him gift card.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a thing of power steering fluid and 6 scratcher tickets,
gloves,
some Pall Mall cigarettes. Go crazy, boy.
Here's a phone card.
Here's a track phone. It's a burner, baby. If you get in trouble, just ditch it. You don't need to keep this thing. So as you know, my sister is started from the beginning and is now catching up. She has just hit the episode because she sends me updates about the podcast.
She was on Halloween last time.
Yeah, now she's up to the one where we did the taste testing of all the cereal. This is while we were still in the basement. That's how far up back she is.
Yeah.
So this is taste testing of the cereal. And she says that one of her kids, she likes Bran Flakes. Not Raisin Bran, just straight up Bran Flakes.
One of her kids?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
at least they're regular.
I said, that takes all the fun out of cereal.
Right.
And she goes, I know, she's strange with cereal. So, yeah, when you were that, because she's like teen, like low, like right around teenager. I don't really know how old they are. I know the oldest one is, and there's middle one, and there's two. There's a lot of them, the problem. So keeping that track. But when you were a early teenager, Bubby, that was not the cereal you were going for, was it?
Oh no, I was
Bran Flakes,
Sugar Smacks, and
I don't know if I talked. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about this. My dad loved grape nuts. You ever had grape nuts?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Terrible, right? Just turns to mush, and you had to put so much sugar in it to make it good. But I was determined. I was like, I'll put 3 cups of sugar in here. I don't care.
No.
So. All right. So anyway, that's where she's at. I'm sure she'll keep us updated. Eventually, she'll catch up to this and hear all this, but it'll be a while. There's a lot of downloads from my home state, though, and I'm pretty much sure they're all her. Let me go back to the thing, though. But I got a couple more things. So, all right, you were here at Halloween, right? During the Halloween season.
Yeah.
And I had all them pumpkins out front, right?
Right.
So, Christmas came along. Put up the decorations. They'd been still sitting out there a little bit. And I was like, I need to move these off the front. This is not Christmassy, right? So I'll take them out back onto our property out back, and I'll just set them out there, and the squirrels and the whatevers can chew on them, and it'll be fine. So I had like a gourd, like a bumpy gourd, and I had a white pumpkin. Then I had another small pumpkin, and I had this big giant pumpkin, right, with a big old, like, still had the big old stem on it, and you can carry it by the stem. And so I dragged them all out there, and that big pumpkin was heavy. Like I had to carry that one by itself, and then I took the other ones out there, and my wife helped me drag them out there. And that was like Sunday night. And so Monday morning I go out there to run the dogs, and that pumpkin is straight up gone. Like not like destroyed, not like there's remnants of somebody having some animal having eaten it or nothing. That pumpkin is straight up just gone.
Somebody take it.
The 3 other pumpkins still sitting where I left them. That pumpkin, I walked the whole fence line. I looked everywhere I could. That pumpkin is straight up gone.
Where do you think
who takes a pumpkin that's sitting in somebody's backyard, just a regular old pumpkin, out of their backyard, just said, this is it. This is what I needed.
Maybe they need target practice or something.
Maybe, but like, if it's a crackhead, what is he? Is he going to make a pie? What's he going to do with that pumpkin?
Going to eat it raw?
I'm going to drill a hole into it and make sweet love to it. What's his plan with his pumpkin?
Gross.
Man, I probably spent an hour out there looking for that dang pumpkin. Cause
that's on you.
Yeah, because I was like,
why?
No one stole that pumpkin. It just must have, like, my wife said urban bear. She said an urban bear came and got that pumpkin and took it off and ate it.
It's the deer.
Yeah. I am way too close to that particular place of business for there to be any deer hanging around here or any bears hanging around here.
Oh, jeez.
We did have turkeys. I've talked about that on the podcast. We had like 3 turkeys living in this neighborhood for a long time, but I haven't seen them in a long time.
They were eating for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, probably the bear got them. That urban bear got the pumpkin. Got the pumpkin and got the freaking turkeys too. He had a good Thanksgiving.
The crackhead had Thanksgiving turkey and pumpkin.
Yeah, right. I don't know what happened, but I was so perplexed by that. Like, who steals a? It was heavy too. Like, if you were gonna carry that thing off any distance whatsoever, you were gonna be sad about it because I was sad just to drag it all the way out there. I just set it down at one point because it was like that handle got slippery.
Somebody came by with a wheelbarrow.
Just a wheelbarrow. Somebody in my backyard with just a wheelbarrow just collecting stuff. Just pumpkin sticks. Take these leaves too. There's nothing back there to steal, so I don't know what they're doing. The camera didn't catch anything, so it's having difficulties right now. That one is. I got more, but the one that was pointed in that direction, I didn't see nothing on. So, so I got that going for me, which is nice. There are 4 pictures here. All right, Bubby, I want you to look at picture number 1. All I was going to ask Amanda about this one because she's a boba tea. She drinks the boba tea, right? We talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the top of this menu, fruit flavored teas: mango, passion fruit, pineapple, rose, lychee, peach, Four Seasons. They got a bunch of teas, right? This is at a local. Actually, I'll shout them out. Local establishment, Corner 21. You've been to Corner 21, Bubby?
No.
It's a Chinese restaurant. There's two of them. One on Sunshine, right by the hospital, and then one over on. I don't know the name of the road ever.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just Google it. It'll take you there. That's the nice one. The one that's on the other street. And it is ranked number 17 Chinese restaurant in the United States of America, based on the lovely people at Yelp. And they're very proud of it. They got a homemade sign up in front and everything.
We're number 17.
Number 17. That's pretty good, right? There are only 3 Chinese restaurants in Missouri that made the top 100. So this place, Corner 21, made number 17.
Is one in Joplin?
Nope. No. Lotus Express. Oh, so good.
It's not on there.
No, it should be, though. Have I talked about that place?
Yeah, we've talked about
Okay, that place is so good.
Yeah.
No, they didn't make it. There's a place in Fenton that made it, right? That's what I said. And then I think a place in Columbia. But they were like number 68 and 72. They were further down, way further down the list. Huh. So anyway, we went to lunch there the other day. And they got all those teas at the top. Then, Bubby, what's directly under that set of teas there?
The cheese cream foam?
Cheese cream foam teas. Okay? This is cheese foam.
Or smoothie.
Yeah. Cheese foam grape smoothie. Bubby, do you think it's cream cheese, first of all? Because it says cheese cream.
I'm sure.
Are you going to try the cheese foam...
Creamy cheese.
Cheese foam watermelon smoothie? Is this something, if you saw it on the menu, you would go, yep, that's for me?
No, but I might try that watermelon lemon tea.
Yeah, no, the teas sound delicious. And they had the bobas. I didn't get a picture of the bobas or what have you. They were over to the left. They got some hot teas too. But
is that how you spell kumquat? I never.
Oh shit!
I've never seen that word.
Drink. Yes, I believe that is how you spell kumquat. I think I'm allowed to say that word. So
it's not a bad word.
Yeah, it depends on how you say it, I guess. But yeah, so I was like, see, I was so excited because this place is really good, and so we went for lunch at work, and it's like a big deal when we go here. Like everyone gets excited, and I get excited. All right, pineapple chicken. That's the correct order at this place. I think it's the number 2. You get it unbreaded. And it is delicious. And there's enough, like you can make 2 meals out of it. They like scoop it up. So sweet. I was so close. We also got the meat pancakes while we were there. They had meat pancakes. We got those ordered for the table. Pork, that's the best I can tell you. I don't know what else was in there, but it wasn't bad at all. And then I was real close to getting that cream cheese.
Cheese cream foam.
Cheese cream foam. Four Seasons tea there. But I was like, I'm going to ruin my entire day if I do this, right?
Probably.
Like, this isn't for me. Like, my body has not been prepared to jump into cheese cream foam tea. Name of the podcast.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard it either, but now I'm kind of, now maybe I'll have to maybe I'll stop by and pick us up the grape smoothie on the way for a podcast one night and we can give her a shot.
I'm in. Yeah.
All right.
I'll try it.
And if it's bad enough, we'll just pour a little Malort and call it a day.
Can't be worse.
Can't be worse, right? All right. I'm going to save some of this. Oh, last picture there, Bubby, though. Hy-Vee, dude. Every time with the Hy-Vee.
What? That's at Hy-Vee?
Right? So we've had Slipknot at Hy-Vee.
Right.
We had the Wienermobile at Hy-Vee.
Yep.
Right. Hy-Vee got a lot of weird stuff going on. NASCAR was at Hy-Vee. Yeah.
Indy 500 car.
Yeah. So Hy-Vee's got a lot going on, right? Hy-Vee, local grocery store chain here in the Midwest.
Yep.
So I go over there after work the other night, just going to pick up a couple quick supplies and head on home.
This is one over by your work.
This is the one over by my work. It's the one where the weirdness happens. Like the one over closer to you, your work. They don't have near the amount of shenanigans going on. Like they got Slipknot hanging out in there.
We've had the cars.
Yeah. But pull into the parking lot. I'm like, and there's a line. There's a long line. I'm like, I hope this line is not to get in the store. And it is not.
Are they getting pictures taken?
Yes, they are. So to the left of this, I did not get a picture of this part. To the left of this, there is a Santa Claus set up with a little tiny sleigh. You can kind of see him in the background there. And the Santa Claus and his people are all set up in there in the background. But then in just a like a cattle fence, portable cattle fence,
right.
2 straight up reindeer, just Dasher and Dancer hanging out. You can't even get your picture taken with them. They're not like part of the thing. Just Santa's over there, but then these guys are over there just kind of hanging out and eating. And they got a sign that says don't pet them, but you can go over and take a picture with them and what have you. But it's not part of like the getting lined up and getting your picture taken with Santa.
Don't feed the reindeer.
Don't feed the reindeer after midnight. Turn into gremlins. There was a guy in Branson that used to do this too on the Strip.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think he's still down there. But he'll let you take a picture with you and the reindeer and him
in front of the Food for Less or something like that.
No, it's over there.
Price Chopper.
No, across the street from where the bumper boats used to be. Skateland is.
Oh, that's where he was. Okay.
Yep. There was a diner there that got tore down or moved or whatever.
Oh.
Right by the Transportation Museum.
Yeah.
That's where he usually was hanging out.
I thought he was further up.
Maybe he moved. I don't know. But every time I saw him, he was down there.
You're probably right.
But yeah, so he was down there, but you can get your picture taken with a reindeer. Here, they're just for looking at. They're not for getting your picture taken with. Like, you don't pay the money and get your... And they had like a little knicky-knack table set up too where you could buy stuff. So they had a whole thing going on. I did not have time to get in line. I had places to be.
Was it cold?
Oh, it was cold. But you know what? Santa don't care about the cold. Reindeer don't care about the cold. They're out there flying up in space,
I'm surprised Amanda and Krampus wasn't here.
Right? Well, that's extra. You got to pay extra if you want those 2 in your picture.
Right.
Just that disappointed look. Krampus like all mad. Got his birch leaves out ready to get you. Yeah, you got to pay extra. They ain't doing that out in front of the price cutter. They got a special place for you to go to get that picture taken. You got that's like at Flame or Char or someplace like that. You get your picture taken there. Those are fancy restaurants here in our town.
So expensive.
All right. Where are we at? Okay, we're doing good. I got one more thing I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to jump to my special thing here that I got just for me and you. So my car is 15 years old. So 15 years ago, Bubby, a long time ago, right? 2010. I bought this car. It is not a fancy car, okay? Does not have Bluetooth that I can listen to music over. It does have Bluetooth I can talk over, but you can't play music to the radio over the Bluetooth.
Oh, my Jeep does that.
Right. Not a fancy car. It has a radio, but you know how all the radios now have that screen with all the buttons, the touch panel, and what have you. Right. This one is LCD red. It's the one color it comes in, and it tells you what station you're on and what time it is, and that is all it tells you. Okay. It does have it. I did have an aux in at one point, but that burned out, and that's like $160 part to replace that, and I did not feel like spending the money on that. So I was watching on the TikToks because I like the TikToks. And they had the TikTok shop, and some guy was showing this thing where it's a little screen that you can just hook up, and then it will. It has like 4 different ways you can talk to your car. Okay, and I go on Amazon to look because I'm not gonna buy from the TikTok shop because I'm pretty sure that's a scam. But I go on Amazon to see if they got the same thing, and lo and behold, they do. It's only $40. I'm like, $40. I'll try this thing out, right? Okay. And it's got the Android Auto. And you hook it up, and it's got a little suction cup for your dashboard and a little screen, 7-inch screen, touch panel, the whole 9 yards. And you hook the thing up, and you can cast your phone straight. That's it right there. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep. That's the thing right there. That's the box for it right there.
Can I see it?
Yeah. Go ahead and grab it. I'll put a picture of it up on the Facebook group as we go. Don't knock over her decorations, or you will not be allowed back in this house. So it's from China as hell, right? But
you're not scared they're stealing all your information?
No, because I guarantee you that thing ain't hooking up to the internet. But the thing that sold me on it, because I said that the aux-in cable is broken and I can't Bluetooth, right? But you can have it so it broadcasts to your radio. So I can hook this thing up, hook my phone to it, right? It gives me the map, just like, all the modern phones do. I mean, all the modern cars do. So I can have navigation, and I can also play my podcasts on there, right? So I'm like, all right, heck yeah. And so the thing shows up, and I get it out there, and I get it all hooked up, and it has a USB-C for the power. Okay? So I'm like, I'll just plug USB-C into it, and it'll power right up. And it did. Boop, powered right up. And I'm like, okay. And I hook my phone up to it, and it's got a speaker built in. So your 4 choices are speaker built in. Bluetooth to your car stereo. Well, that's not an option. Aux cable to your car stereo. Still not an option. Or FM. So the speaker on it, not very loud. Found that out right to begin with. So I said, all right, I'll tune it in to the FM. And I know it's playing. I hear it playing on the little speaker. So I'm going to tune it in the FM. Tune it into channel. It told me to try 106. I said, okay, 106.1 is empty. So I tried it on that. Nothing. I dialed down the dial. 105, 104, 103, 102, 101. Going all the way down the dial. Nothing. It's not broadcasting
not
even.
Connecting.
Not like I'm tuned into the station, but this thing is not broadcasting out to the station.
Right to your radio.
So I go all the way back up. 106, 107, 108, all the way up. Nothing. Oh, man. And it came with a power adapter. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I just need to use the power adapter. So I get the power adapter out, and I got 2 of those, used to be a cigarette lighter, but now they're just power adapters in my car. And I plug it into the first one, and it does not light up. And I'm like, oh. And I plug it into the second one, and it does not light up. And I'm like, oh, double awe. And I was like, that's not good. But I've never tried to use those things because I don't smoke, and I don't have anything that I've ever had to plug into that thing. So, but my wife's car is right there. I was like, well, let me go try it on her car because it's a brand new car. So I plug it into the thing on her car, and bloop, lights right up. And then like 10 seconds later, I hear the radio in my car just light right up, and it's broadcasting all day to that car, to my car from her car. It's got to be plugged into the cigarette lighter. Okay. But my cigarette lighter does not work. And I'm like, I was like, all right, it's got to be a fuse, right? I spend like 10 minutes looking for the fuse holder and cannot find it. I'm like, I have no idea where this is. So finally I have to Google it. And I Google it, and it's like between the dash and the door on the driver's side, there's a little tiny hatch that you can pop out. But the door doesn't open up wide enough that you can really see all the way in there. But you can tell that the fuses are in there. So
how do you get to the fuses?
Well, you get a drawing, you go on Google, and you get a schematic of what each fuse is. And then you put your hand in there, this is what I did, and go click, 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 click. So I go 2 over, boom, boom, and I go 3 down, boom, 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 boom. And that's the one that's supposed to be for my dash. And I get my little forceps that I've got, and I grab that one.
Tweezers in there.
Nope, there's no tweezers in there. There is what I thought was the tweezers, but that was a big ass fuse that shut off my car.
Oh.
So I put that one back quickly. And I get my forceps out, and I count down, and I pull it out, the first one, because there's 2, one for each of those little cigarette lighter things. Mm-hmm. So I pull out the first one, fuse is just burned right through. I'm like, okay, well, that explains why that one's not working. And then I pull out the second one, that fuse is good. And I went, huh. I was like, well, let's see what it does in the first one. And I put it in the first one, and bloop, the whole thing lights up. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the second one's going to do because I don't have any more fuses. Don't need it. Never used it up to this point. So as soon as that thing booted up, burp, here it comes right through the radio. And I'm good to go.
Nice.
Except for one small problem. I can't adjust the volume on the thing from my phone. Okay? The thing itself doesn't have a volume. My car has a volume, though, right?
Right.
The problem is it is sending so much bass through this unit. Like, my speakers are just going, just rattling. So I go in the car stereo, and I go to the EQ, and I turn the bass all the way down.
Right.
And I turn up the treble a little bit, and I turn up the mid a little bit. Even doing that, it is still just rattling the speakers just a hair. And it feels like I'm overdriving the whole experience, right. But I can't turn the volume down anywhere except for on the radio itself. So the signal going to it, I can't turn down. And I've been through this thing like 6 ways from Sunday, and there's no volume control in there. So $40, I get what I get.
I guess.
But it still works good. It's a little bassy.
Got a lot of bass.
A lot of bass. I've turned it, like it is, like I'm at -10 on the bass on my car stereo currently, and there's still a little bit of bass. So, but all in all, the people, what's the name of the name brand up there?
Befernly,
yeah, the random Chinese company. What they're currently called this month is Befernly, and for $40, that thing wasn't too bad.
And so now you can listen to.
I can listen to our podcast as I drive around if I want to,
nice.
or any other things I want to. The Spotify's a little, like I said, a little bassy, but it's not bad. So for $40, it's better than my previous plan had been. I had a small portable speaker that just sat in the seat next to me, and I just broadcasted that thing. But that wasn't the best. Yeah, plus, I didn't have navigation.
You'd have to charge that all the time.
Yeah, I did have to charge it all the time. So, all right, Bubby. So that's all my stories. You're good on stories?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay. So let me jump then to my special. Okay, go ahead. Do it.
How much time do we have?
We got time. We're at 36 minutes. We got time.
I guess I could share this. I'll show you and then I'll put it on Slack.
Okay.
So I got a video from one of our friends from work that just left to go work for the company on a different side of it.
Okay.
He sent me this video. I'll let you watch it.
Okay.
Tell me what that dude's doing.
That dude is... It looks like he is writing something in the air, just spelling something out with his invisible magic marker. Yeah, no, he's drawing something for sure. I don't know what he's drawing, but he is for sure drawing something. And his pants are around his knees. Yeah. I just saw that. The waving around was what was distracting me. Oh, he's pulling him up. He started walking. Oh, no, that's bare ass. I can say that word because that's what that was. His bare bottom was just out there as he, I guess.
And he just walks off. Yeah, that's how.
I'm assuming his junk was also just swinging around there. Luckily, his coat was long enough to hide it from me, at least.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
As he wrote his message to God in the air with his picture pages, freaking special
picture page,
right? His picture pages pencil that he had to send off for and pay $14.95 or whatever it was back in the day.
I loved that show.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll post that for sure.
Yeah.
On you can just post that yourself, Bubby, on the Facebook group. There's a lot going on with that dude, but yeah, I did not notice the pants until right at the very end. So kids, check that out. It'll be a learning experience if nothing else. All right, Bubby, I got something for us. As I said, it's almost Christmas, right?
Almost.
We're almost there. So what I have here is the top holiday toys from every year starting in 1924 all the way to modern times. Okay? So this has each year what the toy was, the hottest selling toy for that year, and then they give you a price for it, and then they kind of give a little description for it.
That's a lot of years to talk about.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about... We're going to start where we started, okay? I'll give you the first one. 1924, it was an erector set, okay? $1 to $10 you can get an erector set.
Sounds about right.
Teddy bears, Crayola crayons. It's pretty easy stuff back in the day, right?
Yep.
We're going to jump forward to the 70s.
Okay.
What year were you born?
70.
So we're going to start in 1970. Bubby, I want to know if you had it, if you got fond memories of it, if you wanted it but couldn't get it, any of those things.
I'll be surprised if I didn't have any of them.
Okay. 1970, guaranteed you had. 1970, original estimated retail price, $2. Okay. Cheap present for all the kids.
Pinwheel.
Nerf ball. So do you know what Nerf stands for? This article taught me that. I did not know until I read this article. Made of non-expanding recreational foam. Okay. Non-expanding recreational foam. Nerf. And marketed as the world's first indoor ball. So you for sure had a Nerf ball, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I had a Nerf football.
Yep,
I had a bunch of Nerf stuff. So that was a pretty good gift, I bet you, back in the day.
$2.
$2. That's a cheap one, too.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know if you had this one, Bubby. 1971.
Pinwheel.
Still not a pinwheel. Weebles. Did you have Weebles?
Weeble wobbles.
Yeah, Weebles wobble that they don't fall down.
With the little city, yeah.
Yep. And you put them in. They had a slide. And you put them in the slide, and they right down the slide.
That was fun.
$6.58 for a Weeble.
I had that.
That's not the play set. That's just the Weeble itself.
Oh, I had the
I had we had the play set too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing good, kids.
I love the commercial. Weeble wobble, but we don't fall down.
Right, exactly. Okay, so then 1972 staple. Okay, we got a staple here, Bubby. Still popular to this day. Multiple versions of this. This is the game. It's a card game. Estimated retail price not available for this one.
Uno.
Uno is correct. We used to have a game.
So many versions out right now.
Yeah, we used to have a game when we worked at the other place together. We had a version called Uno Attack, and it had this little machine in the middle.
Right.
And every time you played your card, you had to hit the button on the Uno Attack. And 9 times out of 10, it would just move to the next person. Okay, and nothing would happen. Ours was particularly broken because we had not played kindly with it. And what happens is at some point it'll spit out 3 or 4 cards to somebody. It's the
right.
like the wild card in the experience there. You don't know when it's going to go off, but it goes off. Ours was broken. So it would go around like 8, 10, 12 times and not send out a single card. And then somebody would hit it and it would spit out like 13, 15 cards. Just, blah, 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 blah. Just spit out all the cards. And you're like,
here's a whole new hand.
Yeah, you're doomed at that point.
Double-handed.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not winning this one, I guess, because the Wheel of Fortune got me. All right. 1973. This is my birth year, okay? I don't know if they still make this or not. This was an arts and crafts toy, okay? You needed an adult to do this one.
Gyro.
Nope. This involved a kitchen appliance to use. Shrinky Dinks. Did you ever have Shrinky Dinks, Bubby?
I didn't. I think so, but yeah.
You only really ever do Shrinky Dinks
once. That was it. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Shrinky Dinks are this like little piece of plastic that you color. And you spend like, I don't know, half hour coloring this thing. And then your mom will put it in the oven for you and it'll cook it. And then it'll shrink down and become a little tiny, hard piece of plastic.
Right.
And that's the whole toy.
Yeah.
That's the sum joy of that toy.
Yeah. But it was fun to do once.
Yeah. And that's it. You did it once and then you're like, I have done Shrinky Dinks and I never need to do Shrinky Dinks ever again.
No.
Now we're going to get out of our era and there's going to be a lot of these we don't know. And we're just going to keep on keeping on. But 1974. Now I did not get one back in 1974, obviously. Estimated price $20 to $60, an expensive gift in 1974. This is a mode of transportation
tricycle
that became very popular later on in the 80s.
Scooter?
Skateboard.
Skateboard.
Yeah. Skateboarding began in 1958 when people attached roller skate wheels to a board in order to sidewalk surf. But then in the 70s, you got that hard plastic skateboard. But then later on, you got the wood deck skateboard stuff.
And it was so small.
Yeah. And it was really unstable, too. Like, that thing will whip you right over if you're not careful.
I hated that thing.
Yeah. We didn't have one of the plastic ones. I later on got one of the big wide deck.
We didn't have any sidewalks, and I lived on top of a hill.
Right.
The road was a hill, so
I
would get, when a car coming, I'd like sit on it and ride the bottom.
Yep, that's what I used to do too, all the time. Like that was my mode of transportation for several years. Was just skateboarding around town. All right, 1975. I did not have 1975. Okay, this was the first real scam on this list. Okay, this was a toy, cost $3.95. Was hugely popular for a hot minute and then never again. The Pet Rock.
What?
Yeah. Do you not know the Pet Rock?
No.
The Pet Rock is a rock that some dude picked up, put googly eyes on, and put it in a box.
No.
And then you could buy it for $4. And you have a pet rock. See, the nice thing about Pet Rock, Bubby, you don't have to feed it. You don't have to walk it. You don't got to do nothing.
You just talk to it like to your best friend.
Yeah, you talk to it like it's your best friend, and it's got googly eyes so it can keep an eye on you. The Pet Rock. I did not have a Pet Rock. I did have the next one, though. 1976, retail price $5. This was a large male action figure with a special ability.
The Mr. Stretchers.
Stretch Armstrong. You are correct, Bubby. Do you have a Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah. Put a hole in them, see what was in there. 1977, I did own. Did not buy new. Bought at a flea market. We have told this story before.
Yes.
The Atari 2600 game system. $200 retail price. This is 1977 money.
That's expensive.
$200 in 19. I spent $100 on it at the flea market. So, Frogger, Pac-Man, Space Invaders.
You're going to pay that much this.
Oh, yeah. If you want one now, you're probably going to have to pay $200 for that bad boy.
Yeah.
All right. Probably. 1978. Movie tie-in. I know for a fact you had these, Bubby. There's no way you didn't have a bunch of these. $3 each.
Army Men? Oh, wait, no.
$3 each. Individually packaged in a blister pack with a card on the back that described what was inside the blister.
Blister?
The blister is the clear plastic little cavity that holds the toy onto the little card. 1978.
Wrestling?
Star Wars action figures.
Star Wars. I was thinking wrestling.
Did you have Star Wars action figures, Bubby?
I did not.
What?
Nope.
That's insane.
Well, I mean, I had the toy. I can't. In the first movie,
Landspeeder.
Yeah, I had one of the
one that he took to Tatooine. One. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the toy one, and then it had the Luke in it.
Okay, so you did have at least.
I had that, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Star Wars.
I didn't have much else.
Star Wars action figures, including with the lightsabers that I chewed on the lightsabers every time they had them. 1979 electronic game.
Simon says.
Simon is correct. Estimated retail price $24.95. I hate Simon.
Had it.
With all of my being, I hate Simon because
I wish I still had it.
I'm like 7 in and I've already forgotten the pattern every time, and it just goes bar and just ruins my Christmas. Yep, and I'm doing good. Like yes, yellow, red, blue, red, green, yellow. Dang it! Every time.
Now they got to bop it. Parker's got to bop it, squeeze it, spin it.
See, that one's easier because I don't have to remember nothing. It just tells me to do the thing, and I do the thing. But Simon, I had to remember.
You got 3 choices.
Bop it, twist it, smash it, crush it, kiss
fast.
it, lick it.
What?
I don't know. All right, 1980. The most 1980s toy that you can think of. What toy represents 1980s? The puzzle of a type.
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube is correct, Bobby. Care to guess the estimated retail value of a Rubik's Cube in 1980?
$7.99.
$2.
$2.
They were cheap back in the day.
Right.
You can't get one for $2 now. 81 came with action figure, larger scale action figure, based on a cartoon.
Popeye.
1981.
I don't know.
Bobby went Popeye instead of He-Man action figures.
He-Man.
No, you're not a He-Man guy?
I did not.
1982 skipped over us. That would have been the My Little Pony, $3 and up. Bet you Amanda had some My Little Ponies. We'll have to ask her when she comes on. Back on. 1983, this was the hottest toy and the most craziest experience ever for Christmas. What was the one that everyone went goo-goo crazy for and like having fist fights in the stores for this toy?
It was the Cabbage Patch Kid.
Cabbage Patch Kid is correct. $40 for a friggin' Cabbage Patch Kid, by the way.
That's cheap for today.
Cheap for today, but not back then. 1984, Transformer, $4. I had a bunch of Transformers. Soundwave. Really? What did you have, Bubby? What toys
I was 14. What? I don't.
Yeah, but it's a robot that transforms into a cassette player.
I wasn't playing.
And the cassettes change into a pterodactyl and a freaking panther. Why wouldn't you have that?
14. I was out riding my bicycle.
I was like 11, so this is more like in my wheelhouse.
Maybe, yeah.
1985. My mom had bought one of these. I'm gonna be honest with you, mostly for herself. I think 'cause she thought it was cool. This was an expensive one, $70.
Wow.
This involves a cassette player, if that helps you at all.
No.
Teddy Ruxpin. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin, the talking bear that
remember it, but I didn't
played off a cassette? You put a cassette tape in his back, and then like his eyes and mouth would move, and it was pretty cool for back in the day.
Nah, how much was that?
That was $70. Sorry, $70.
My parents can't afford that.
Former Disney Imagineer Ken Forthey created the cuddly animatronic teddy bear. All right, 1986. I had one. I was obsessed with it. It started me down a long path that has led me to my current age. Drugs is correct. $200 in 1986, Bubby.
Still stands. Drugs.
Correct. Heroin. You are correct. The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay, NES.
The NES, Legend of Zelda, the gold cartridge. That was one of the first games I ever had, and I can to this day probably play that game in my sleep.
I beat that one.
Yeah, I beat it probably 15 times. I didn't have a lot of games back in the day.
I beat that and Mario.
Yeah, I never beat Mario. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Never.
I did.
I got to like World 7, and then I'd lose interest, and then I'd have to start over, and that'd be the end of it. 1987, the kids got kind of a ripoff here. $12. Still play it today. I don't think it's that much. The big version is way more fun than the little version.
Pinwheel.
Bobby just keeps saying it till it comes true.
What?
Jenga.
Oh, yeah.
The bigger the Jenga, the more the fun.
Yeah.
The smaller the Jenga, the less fun it is.
I thought about getting that for Parker, and I was like, eh.
But you need to get that big one, Bubby, that like 5-foot one that when it falls over, it's going to do some damage.
Just following the dog.
Yeah, it just falls right on the dog.
Yay.
All right, now we're starting to get a little bit out of my range here. 1988, currently three movies based on this franchise. $2 and up. This is a toy from Scandinavia, not the one you're thinking of.
Rocky Doll.
Trolls.
Troll
doll.
Trolls.
The other one would have been Smurfs from that same area. Do you know what a Smurf is, by the way? Like in the lore. You know what a Smurf is? Like in the lore of that Nordic lands.
It's an elf.
It is the soul of a dead child that froze to death. That's why they're blue, and it roams the earth. That is what a Smurf is.
Well, I'm sad because there's only one girl,
right?
Just Smurfette.
Well, because the boys are dumb ones out there freezing to death, and
they're the ones dying.
Yeah, because they're dumb. All right, 1989. It's $90. Handheld device. Revolutionized the world.
Game Boy.
Game Boy is correct. You had a Game Boy, right, Bubby?
Yeah.
I don't know what you did for fun besides drugs.
I did. I wish I still had that.
The Game Boy?
You know what I just now thought of? I used to have. Remember the little handheld game? It was football.
Tiger toys.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah. Oh. Just LED lights, and it's like blink, blink, blink.
Yep.
And it goes.
And you put arrows, and you're like trying to get down to the end before you.
Yeah, and it's just a little light just moving down the field, and other little lights coming to eat your little light.
Yeah. Doy.
Yeah. That's the Tiger. Yeah.
You just made me think of it.
Football. All right, 1990s. Now we're moving into, I would say the modern era, but it's so long ago. But I'm so old that's like what I think is like, oh, that's not too
Game
long.
Boys. Tetris. That's about the only thing I played on it.
Oh, okay. I played everything on the Game Boy. There was a ton of Zelda games on it, Mario games. I had a ton. I still have them somewhere. I have all those Nintendo games somewhere. 1990, we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures. Okay. We were both past it at this point.
Yeah.
I watch the cartoons sometimes. 91 we get the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the SNES.
Didn't have it.
Oh, had it. No doubt about it.
I skipped that one.
Played a ton of it. Okay, 1992, Bubby. Nobody had this, but it plays prominently in a very popular Christmas movie. Okay? You're probably not going to get this one, but I will give you that Kevin McAllister used it to help him order food. This would be
VHS?
The Talk Boy. So he would record the stuff onto the Talk Boy, and then he could play it back. And I don't nobody who owned the Talk Boy, but it was cool, and I kind of wanted one, but I never got one.
Oh, yeah.
1993. This is a summer fan favorite. This is what every kid wanted in the 90s during the summer.
Breakdance board.
Breakdance. That's just a piece of cardboard. You get that for free if you play your cards right. No, I'm talking about 1993, $10 to $50 depending. The Super Soaker.
Wow. Yeah.
The Super Soaker was invented, I don't know if you know this or not.
That's pretty sweet.
By a nuclear engineer named Lonnie Johnson. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause it. And we're back. I had to yell at the dogs. A nuclear engineer named Lonnie Johnson invented the Super Soaker, kind of by accident a little bit. He was trying to make vaporized water pressure instead of hazardous freon for a heat pump. And he kind of accidentally invented the Super Soaker and then made a bunch of money on that.
That's cool.
94, we get the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then 1995, Bubby, the second biggest fad. Everyone went crazy for them. Everyone's got them. They are worth jack all right now, even though everyone thought they were going to be their retirement package. The Beanie Baby.
Oh, jeez.
Remember that when everyone went absolutely just bananas for Beanie Babies, and you got to have the Prince. If you got the Princess Di Beanie Baby, that one's worth $1 million. No, it ain't. None of them worth nothing. Okay, 1996. I have a story about 1996. I can tell you exactly where I was the summer of 1996.
Weren't you in Branson?
No, 1996. The summer of 96. I was in Vancouver, Canada. I was working on a cruise ship.
Oh, okay.
And I had gone to the mall. I think I may have told you.
Yeah.
And they had shelves and shelves of this toy that you could not get come a couple months later. And I learned that if you set the first one off, all the rest of them in that row will go off and shake themselves right off the shelf. That is the Tickle Me Elmo. Yeah, I set one off, and then it set the one behind it off, and then that set the two next to it off, and that chain reaction happened, and then they shook themselves right off the thing, and I ran away.
Parker had one.
Okay. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, you might have had this one, even though we're up to 1997.
I mean, he wasn't born until 2007, so
right.
He had that.
That but version. He had one.
Yeah.
All right, 1997. You might have had this, Bubby. This is very popular among everybody. The Tamagotchi.
Nope.
You didn't have one?
Didn't do it.
I had one that was I
didn't care.
Yoda, and he was training me to be a Jedi Master, and all I had to do was feed him and help him out and do things, and then I became a Jedi Master.
Give him a bath.
Give him a bath. Yeah.
Feed him
Bug nuts or whatever it is he eats. 1998, talking robot from 1998, very small, looks like a Tribble.
I don't know the name of it.
The Furby. You remember the Furby?
I do.
Okay. We're just going to buzz through the rest of these. We're about to turn to the 2000s here, but 1999, Pokemon trading cards. Did Parker ever get a Pokemon?
He has trading cards. He has the cards, yeah.
Okay, 2000, the PlayStation 2 came out. $300. You didn't have one of those either?
Nope.
2001, Bratz dolls.
Nope.
Beyblades.
What?
Beyblades. Those are the tops.
Spin tops, yeah.
Yeah, so here's what I know about Beyblades. So like they're heavy because they're supposed to bang together, and fight.
Right.
If you put those like in a porcelain tub, they will jack up that porcelain tub real bad. I had a friend who did it once at his house.
Oh, wow.
And he got in big trouble because it jacked up that tub. 2003. I don't even know what these words mean, but the hottest thing on the market was cranium hullabaloo. Yep.
Never heard.
Don't know what that is. The Robo Sapien was the next year. How you doing? Nothing?
I think it was a plastic dinosaur.
Was a remote-controlled robot capable of vocals and 67 pre-programmed moves. In an extra clever touch of ingeniality, Robo Sapien would imitate the iconic Rosebud scene from Citizen Kane every time you turned it off using the remote.
Not what I thought it was.
No. I don't know what that is, but I do love the Rosebud scene recreation.
From Citizen Kane.
All right, we're getting here to the end here, Bubby. Xbox 360, huge. Everybody had one.
Not me.
Nintendo Wii,
had it.
2006. Everybody had it. Guitar Hero in 2007.
Yep, had it.
Had it. Got two of them upstairs. 2008, Wall-E toys, because that was the big movie, Angry Birds in 2009, because That's when that mobile game took over the planet.
Just the video game, right?
Yeah. Well, no, there was the toys. So it would have been the birds and the dolls and the shenanigans.
Well, wasn't it the game first? It was a game.
Yeah, it was a game first for sure.
Yeah.
But then everybody loved the game, and then
so merchandise.
Then we got to put out merchandise. Then we're going to make 2 movies, and all Angry Birds. 2010, you got it, I got it, everyone's got one. iPad,
of course.
2011, Skylanders. Skylanders were little action figure guys that had an not an NFT, and one of those chips in the bottom of it. And if you're playing a video game, you could put it on the little pedestal, and then your little dude would show up in that video game. The Skylanders video game. So if you had the right guys, you could play whatever one you wanted to in whatever thing. And they're cool, but they don't work anymore.
Sounds interesting.
2012, the LeapPad Explorer, which is just the iPad for kids.
Yeah, Parker had one.
2013, the Techno Robotic Puppy. That thing was almost $100.
Thought about getting one of those for Parker, but never did.
Okay. 2014, very popular movie came out. Frozen Dolls was the big prize, of course. Shopkin Toys. I have no idea what Shopkin Toys in 2015. Hatchimals. I kind of know what they are.
Yeah.
Fingerlings. They little things that wrap around your finger.
Up stuff now.
I know, right? There's something in 2018 just called "Don't Step in It." I've been yelled at. Don't step in it. Don't step in it.
Maybe a card game or something.
Oh no, this is insanity. All right. We're going to get this. Hasbro's Don't Step in It game. Players mold rainbow-colored clay into piles of unicorn poop. Going good so far. Place them on the floor mat and take several blindfolded steps determined by the spinner across the mat while trying to avoid stepping in the piles. This is now, I will dub it now, the official game of the It's All Fish and Chips podcast is Don't Step in It. And if I can track it down, Bubby, we're gonna play a round of Don't Step in It.
Jeez.
2019 Baby Shark official song puppet. Cause sure, why not? 2020 animatronic The Child. I don't want to know any more about that. I'm just gonna keep
Chucky doll.
Yeah, maybe. Oh no! Oh, meh. It's baby Yoda.
Oh, okay.
2020 was Baby Yoda. The Child.
Yeah.
Grogu.
Yep.
Baby Yoda. All right, that makes sense. I was like, I don't want to know what the child is, but it's just Baby Yoda.
The Child. Yep.
Now we're getting almost here to where we are now. 2021, the Tea Turtle reversible octopus plushie. That is overly complicated. 2022, God, my nieces love these things. Squishmallows, dude. Squishmallows are a thing. And then 2023, which was last, we don't have 2024 for some reason, by the way. That's what I'm in now, right? 2024?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we don't have it. Bitsy. It's another, I think it's another robot puppy, maybe. Yeah, it's just like another robot puppy. Man, robot puppies are popular. All right, so we for being old dudes, we knew a lot of those.
We had a lot.
We had a lot of those. Yeah, any of the video games I had a Sega Genesis. I had a Sega CD. I had a PlayStation. I had them all. Sega burned me with that Sega CD, so I quit buying their stuff. I didn't get the Dreamcast. But
I remember when we, I can say this, we worked for the Rockettes a long time ago.
Yeah.
We had the tech room. And we played Sega Genesis quite a bit.
Yep.
Remember?
When I worked for a different show in that town, which is now closed, The Promise, I can say that one too, because it was PlayStation and it was Tekken. I think Tekken 2.
Tekken 2, yeah.
I
love that game.
Got so good at Tekken 2. Like I couldn't do most of the combos, because Tekken was all about combos. From memory. I couldn't do
it. You could do them because
no. The guy I played against knew all the combos. I knew how to block all the combos. I was the champion at blocking every combo. I didn't know how to do them myself, but man, I could stop him from doing them.
Yeah.
And he gets so mad at me. And I would just play with the guy who could be any of the guys. Who's like a little wooden guy, and he could be any one of them, and you didn't know who he was until he started fighting.
Right.
And that's the one I liked being, because it was a surprise every time.
My favorite was the Tiger. I always picked Tiger.
Yep. And I also liked being the bear, because the bear had a move where he would just put his hands up and he would lean forward and just fall down. And if you were standing too close, he would fall on top of you and then he would bite you. And it made me laugh every time. So that's what I played. All right, folks.
Fun times.
This was our Christmas episode. We talked about a lot of Christmas here. Hope you guys have had or are going to have, because this will drop the day before Christmas Eve. Or no, this will drop Christmas Eve. Right. This is our present to the world.
Right.
Is this podcast.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis.
Chrysler.
Have you never seen that video?
No.
Merry Christmas. Merry Crisis. Merry Christmas. I'll show it to you here later. I might paste it on the Facebook too, depending if I remember. But we hope hope you're going to have an awesome Christmas. Hope you get all the stuff you wanted. Hope you get to spend time with your family and ease into the new year, kids. It's going to be a wacky one. So if you enjoyed the podcast, check us out at our website. It's allfishandchips.com. If you want to write into us, tell us what your favorite Christmas toy was back in the day. I'm going to get back into that. I'm currently locked out of the email, Bobby. Oh, shenanigans. Real quick. We got an email. Amanda sent it to the Slack. It's not a real email, but I want to read it to you real quick because I kind of like the beginning of it. This is from a scammer. But it says, this is from some service that's going to help us.
I read that.
Yeah. But it says, hey, congrats on your success with It's All Fish and Chips. You've already released more episodes than most podcasters ever do. So we may not be popular. We may not have a lot of people listening, but we keep cranking them out, kids. Episode of the most podcasters do, which is amazing. And he'd love to support the show by listening. Can you send us a link to one of your recent blah 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 scam?
He doesn't need a link. He just needs to go to
it's allfishandchips.com and you can check it out there or subscribe to it on your favorite podcasting app. Write us at our email. It's allfishandchips@gmail.com. I'm currently locked out of it. Man is going to get me back in there. I switched computers and I forgot the password because it was saved on my old computer. So Man is going to send it to me and I'll get back in there. Check us out there. Check us out. YouTube is up and going, and the videos are there, and some people are watching there. So thank you for watching us there. If you're listening to us on the YouTube right now, thanks. And you can also check us out on our Facebook group. It's All Fish and Chips, the Facebook group. If you go to It's All Fish and Chips, the Facebook page, just follow the link to the group, and it'll get you there where we post all the pictures and any other fun shenanigans we got for you. And if you want to be a friend of the podcast and help us out, with covering some of the costs on this podcast, you can do that at Patreon. It's All Fish and Chips at the Patreon. And then we will thank you, just like we're going to thank all of our sponsors, KK, and Ed, and Anthony, and Carol, and Sarah, and Jordan. And if I've missed your name, I am very sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's everybody. So thank you all for being friends of the podcast, and thank you all for listening. And once again, Merry Christmas to you all. My name is Thor.
Bobby.
And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips.
We missed you, Amanda.
Come back soon. I hope your magical sleigh ride is every bit as wonderful as it should be. She's going to be so mad when she listens to this episode. All right, kids, we'll see you later.